Welcome to another edition of Inside IU Volleyball with Sherry Dunbar. I'm Dave Leno exclusively for IUHoosiers.com. Coach and I are coming to you from the beautiful Hankey Hall of Champions. And what goes on in this place?
Well, this is our Hall of Fame, and it's another beautiful space that they've added, along with the Academic Center, the whole north end zone here, and the Cook Hall for the basketball practice facility. But this is really special because it's something that everyone can use. We did our preseason banquet here, which was fantastic. And it's our Hall of Fame. Ashley Benson's in here, her dad Kent Benson's in here, along with all the amazing athletes that have played here at such a high level.
And this is just one part of that facility enhancement projects that Fred Glass has really instituted, hasn't he?
Yeah, and you know what's neat about it is they rent it out for football games, and then whoever rents it out can sit in the chairback seats, which overlooks the football stadium as soon as you walk out the double doors behind us. So it's a perfect location, and it's a beautiful facility.
All right, I know you guys come out here and support the football team when they play. I know they do the same when you guys are on the court, so let's turn to that. The previous matches against Purdue and Northwestern, they did not go your way. You lost in 4 sets to both of them. Starting with Purdue on Wednesday, a fabulous crowd, over 2,300, probably the best attendance ever at University Gym. Well, I know it is for a fact, but also probably the best environment. But going into that one, how did it seem when it was
I thought we were really ready to play that, and I want to say again about that environment. It was one of the best environments I've ever coached in, and I know for our players, the best environment they've ever played in. To have 2,300 in that facility and turning away 600 fans, I mean, that's amazing, and we can only hope that they want to come back for more. Because as a fan, it was a good volleyball match. You know, as a coach and as players, it was devastating because you lose that by 2 points in each set of the last 3 sets. So a little bit frustrating, but very awesome environment. And definitely we talk about the 24 sports, one team, and you think about amazing how many teams came out and were there, all the head coaches and all the texts I got after. So it's just a great family environment.
Ariel Turner was simply a monster in that match for Purdue. You go to Northwestern, where you really handled Sable Moffett, but Naomi Johnson in the middle was key for them, wasn't she?
Yeah, they've really grown a lot as a team this year. You know, last year they really just had their 2 middles that everybody could key on, and now they've added 2 outside hitters that have really balanced their offense a little bit and made them a struggle, I think, more for teams to play defense against. But in both matches, I thought we started out really strong, and then our energy level just kind of dipped. And so this week we've been really focusing on competing every single day and trying to you know, tweak some of the things that we didn't do well. But you know, we were competitive in both matches, and that's what our team needs to understand. Now we got to find a way to win, and a lot of that is going to come from them.
Record now stands at 12-2 finally in this first part of the show. How much are you turning to Caitlin Cox and Taylor Whitmer, your co-captains, to kind of get some of that communication into the rest of the team?
A tremendous amount. We had a captain's meeting yesterday, and I told them this was a lot of their responsibility. When the team doesn't play well, I hold it on my shoulders and I hold it on their shoulders because we are the leaders of our program right now. And so, you know, I told them it's in my forefront of my mind all the time, 24 hours a day, and that's how they have to think of it too. Obviously, they have studying to do and all those type of things, but it's always got to be, how do I make this program better? How do I get my team to play better? How do I play better? And so they take it very seriously. They take their role, and I was very impressed with how they handled our meeting yesterday, and I think we'll see some good leadership out of them in the next coming months.
After this break, we'll chat with sophomore defensive specialist Laura Matula about the team's community service work after this timeout. Welcome back to Inside IU Volleyball with Sherry Dunbar. Dave Leno here with sophomore defensive specialist Laura Matula. Laura, thanks for joining us. First off, why is it important to get involved with the community?
Well, the community, they support us so much. They come out to see us almost every game. So I think it's just right for us to give what we can back to the community and give what time we have.
In particular, you worked with the Boys and Girls Club, so what specifically did you do with those kids?
Well, for the first hour, we would help them with their homework. They had quiet study time. And then for the remainder of the day, which was about 2.5, 3 hours, they would just play games, and we would just play with them or help them with their homework even more.
And obviously you guys don't receive any compensation from that. It's just about seeing the smile on their faces, isn't it, when you work with them?
Yeah, definitely.
Now, what are some other organizations that your team has participated with?
Well, there are 4 main ones. There was Boys and Girls Club, PALS, MPRI, and Girls Inc.
And How much does Coach place an emphasis on getting outside, off campus, and seeing others to kind of help recognize your program too?
So much. I mean, we spent at least one day a week out there, and I mean, I know that there were certain events that weren't really required for us to be there, but I know most of us, if not all of us, were there.
And Fred Glass, the athletics director here at Indiana University, I know speaks to your team a lot. Janet Kittle, your athletic administrator, talks to you, and they want you guys to go see other places besides the Bloomington campus, just to, again, get the name recognition out there, but also help people that unfortunately don't have the same opportunities we're afforded, right?
Yeah, we really try and just promote IU and IU athletics, and especially volleyball, just to help the sport grow so we can bring more people out and get more people involved.
All right, Laura, thanks for your time, and best of luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
On the other side, I'll be accompanied by Sherry Dunbar once again after this. Welcome back to Inside IU Volleyball with Sherry Dunbar. Coach, another tough weekend in Big Ten play. On the road again, you travel to Iowa, then have Saturday off. Hopefully you have a great time in Minneapolis for a day, and then play the Golden Gophers on Sunday.
Yeah.
What do you expect in those two matches?
Well, it is kind of nice to have that day off, to be honest, to kind of rejuvenate and get ready to play Minnesota. Iowa went 0-2 like we did this past weekend, but very feisty. You can't count anyone out in the Big Ten, and they're playing at home. They get a good crowd at home. So I just watched a little bit of film on them last night and this morning. We're already charting all of that, and we'll prepare for them in practice. Minnesota is a great quality team with a lot of tradition and a lot of ball bangers. And so, you know, we're going to have to play very good volleyball at their place in order to be successful.
What have been some points of emphasis in your practices this week?
Competition, competition, competition. Fighting for spots, you know, just getting them to play better together. You know, I think that they started to get in the Big Ten and started to doubt a little bit of what they did in the preseason, and I thought we played a good enough preseason schedule to give them enough confidence going into Big Ten play. But I think they kind of sat back and was like, oh, we just started Big Ten, you know. And so we're trying to get them to work together on their side of the net instead of looking at us, trying to figure things out on their own. And so I thought yesterday was a great practice. I thought we were very productive. We have 3 more days before we fly out on Thursday night. So I think it's a great week for us to get better at some of the things that we didn't do as well last weekend.
You've hinted at this earlier in the show that the team is still in high spirits despite the 0-2 start in Big Ten play. So you don't sense that there's panic mode right now within the locker room?
No, and that was the first thing I said after Northwestern. I said, this is not a time to panic. This is a time to buckle down and get better, you know, because we are talented enough to be successful in this league. And so having that meeting yesterday and then walking in the gym and seeing the energy very, very high. And I heard from my assistants at weightlifting on Monday morning, high energy. So, you know, this is a team that's not going to back away. They're very competitive. They're great kids. They want to be successful. So they're going to find a way to do that.
And I want to get a quick comment from you on the parity in the Big Ten. They always use that word in NCAA basketball. Tournament time. You saw Illinois take down Penn State, a couple other upsets as well. So there's a lot of room for improvement for all of these teams, and not just the ones that have gone 2-0.
Well, the conference is as strong as I can ever remember it, and that's fantastic. I mean, for across the board, you know, Penn State had a great run for all those years, and they deserved everything they got. They have great tradition there. But it was nice to see an Illinois, you know, upset them, and the crowd support that everyone's getting right now is amazing. And then to see Michigan upset Minnesota. So, you know, it's going to be like that all year. You have to bring your A game, you have to be ready to compete, and you have to believe you can win every time you step on the floor.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time and best of luck this
Thank you.
week. Well, on behalf of Coach Sherry Dunbar, Laura Matula, and our videographer and editor Kyle Kuhlman, I'm Dave Leno. Best wishes, everyone.